So we're nearing the end of 2023, and that always brings the question of what's real estate going to do next year? So I looked to see what the so called experts are saying will happen with home prices and housing supply in 2024. So if we look at that, I've got a little graph up here for you. As you can see in the orange bars on the left, experts forecast that prices will end this year about 2.8% up overall, and that they will increase another 1.5% by the end of 2024. And that's kind of big news because these same experts kind of predicted that prices would crash this year, that we would see a decline in home prices. But the prices didn't come tumbling down because of the lack of inventory. So when you have a lack of inventory and you still have demand, that causes the stability and even the increase in those home prices. So looking forward, experts project that home prices are going to continue to rise next year, but not quite as much as they did this year. You're going to see on this next graphic that while 2023 hasn't seen a lot of home sales relative to more normal years in the housing market, experts are forecasting a bit more activity for next year. So this is what the same three organizations, Fannie Mae, MBA, and NAR, predict will happen in 2024 for total home sales. Now, the reason they think home sales may go up next year is because they anticipate rates are going to come down. And as rates come down, then that's going to kind of open the floodgates for a lot of different things. You have sellers who feel like they are locked into a house right now because they have a 3.5%, 4% rate. If rates start to come down, that eases their pain a little bit. They're going to sell their home. They're going to need to buy a new home. You're going to have buyers who have been sitting on the sideline during this increased rate environment jump back into the game. So that's why they think the number of home sales will increase for next year. Now, here in our local market, we have seen a decrease of about 20% of home sales from last year to this year. And that's going from January 1st until I think it was November 20th that I pulled the numbers. Last year, year to date, we'd already had over 700 home sales. This year, we've seen about 571. So we've seen a 20% decrease in the number of sales, but we've seen a 40% decrease in the number of days on the market. And that's significant as well. We've seen about, I think the number was around 7 to 8% appreciation as far as the sales price average from last year to this year. So what does 2024 hold in real estate? I'm going to be honest with you, nobody really knows. But based on certain economic factors and indicators, we do think that home sales will increase next year. We do think that pricing is going to at least remain stable and is probably going to grow a little bit as well. If you need somebody to help you navigate the 2024 real estate market, please reach out to me, Amy Shrader with RE/MAX Real Estate 10.